In the hustle and bustle of giving and getting, it's so easy to overlook the true meaning of Christmas. But this year, let's come home to the heart of what Christmas is all about.
Ho, 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 ho! Come in and know me better, man! Ho, 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 ho! Wow! What's this?
This is the North Pole.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Where's the snow?
Isn't it a little big?
It's not big, it's just full.
Dad, that's like what's in our yard.
Not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room.
Then what's your name, little boy?
May this be a blessed Christmas for you, with Jesus Christ in your heart and life.
Hello, and welcome to The Establishing Shot, a podcast where I do deep dives into directors and their filmographies. I am your host, Eli Price, and we are taking a break from our Spielberg series for the next few episodes to do some Christmas specials with my family. So I'm going to be asking my family members what their favorite Christmas movies are. This will be a really special few episodes for me. And I hope it will be meaningful for you, the listener, to kind of just hear from me and my family of our favorite Christmas movies and movie traditions, and maybe encourage you to see some new Christmas movies yourself this holiday season. But today I am going to be joined by my wife's side of the family, so it'll be my father-in-law Jeff, mother-in-law Donna, and then my brother-in-law, Chase, who's been on the podcast before, and his girlfriend, Katy. So I hope you enjoy hearing about their favorite Christmas movies. Hi, I'm here with my mother-in-law, Donna Ables, and we're going to get your favorite Christmas movie. So what is your favorite Christmas movie, and why is it the best? And you can give a caveat if you want to yours.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't know that it's my favorite, but it's one that I like a lot. And I figured, maybe it's one that everybody wouldn't be reviewing. So I chose Christmas with the Cranks.
Yes. And this is one I haven't seen, so you're going to have to fill me in.
Okay. Well,
or I might have seen scenes from it, but not the whole thing.
Okay, let me give you just the premise. This couple, the Cranks, their only daughter is not going to be home for Christmas this year. And so they've decided to take all the money that they would normally spend on, decorations and gifts and activities, and put all that into a tropical vacation and just leave town. Mm-hmm. And so in order to do that, they're having to avoid their neighbors, because their neighbors are all trying to push the normal Christmas traditions on them. And they're trying to avoid those Christmas traditions. And so there's a lot of funny things that happen with the neighbors. But then at the end, those same neighbors really show up for them in a big way. So it's very heartwarming, has a good ending, but it's a lot of laughs in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have any special memories connected to it?
Well, when the book first came out, the book was called Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. Mm-hmm. And my husband, Jeff, read it to our whole family. And yeah, just around the living room. And we all laughed, while he was reading it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and he's a kind of a John Grisham fan, so I'm sure that was fun for him.
Yeah.
So y'all went and saw it when it came out because y'all were already familiar with it, I guess. Yeah. And the other question I have, which I think I already know the answer to, is do you watch it every year?
Well, not necessarily every year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it several times, though. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Is there one that you do watch every year?
Probably Elf.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Elf, and probably A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for Christmas and Christmas with the Cranks, what is your favorite scene or line that someone says?
Well, there's a really funny scene where the mom is out to get a Christmas ham, and it's the last minute and there's one ham left in the store, and it's just hilarious. Her
Yeah.
her kind of trying her best to get that ham. It's a lot of fun.
What about like, is there like a kind of heartwarming moment that makes it like, that kind of wraps it up nice and neat, like a Christmas gift?
Yeah, there is, but I don't want to
Not
give
to
it
ruin
away.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But that's good to know.
it is. Yeah, yeah, it is, because all through the movie, Mr. Crank especially is very rude to his neighbors.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's good to know that there is a really good ending.
Yeah. With that, I guess along those same lines, what is it that makes for a good Christmas movie? That that you would say this has.
Yeah. Well, it's got all the tradition. I love that. All the the Christmas parties, the Christmas food, the Christmas decorations,
Yeah.
the even caroling, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all of
What
it.
about like thematically? Like, what do you look for in a Christmas movie?
I like something different, and I would say this is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think that's good.
Okay.
That's all we need. And so thanks for sharing that. That's Christmas in the Cranks. I don't know if anyone else is going to pick that, so I think it's a good pick.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm here with my father-in-law now, Jeff Ables. And we're going to get your favorite Christmas movie now. What do you got?
Okay, so my favorite Christmas movie has to be A Christmas Story. Ralphie,
Yes.
the Red Ryder BB gun.
Mm.
It's just the best.
Mom and Dad, like they don't even think they have names.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just Mom and
Love
Dad.
it, man. Absolutely love it.
Yes. And why would you say it is the best?
I love the nostalgia of it. I love how it revisits a simpler time. And it's just a ton of fun. And then it's got some sentiment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any like special memories tied to it?
Well, we watch it every year, so
Yeah.
it's kind of a tradition. And so I guess that's what makes it special for me,
Do you remember when it came out, like seeing it back
Gosh, it's been so long. It's
Yeah.
a fairly old
It
movie.
is.
And I'll
Yeah.
tell you this about that film is that it's not just my favorite Christmas film. It would be in my probably top 20
Yeah.
films. It's so well done.
Yeah, it is.
Great acting, great writing, great directing. It's super.
It's really well written, for sure.
For
And-
sure. And I love the narration.
Yes.
That's like part of what makes it so special.
Yes. Yeah, and you can do narration so wrong, so it's
For sure.
it's good.
It can ruin a movie.
Yes.
But in this case, it wouldn't be the same without it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you already said you watch it every year, which
Yeah.
is a good sign that you found your favorite Christmas movie. If
Yeah.
you watch it every year.
Yeah, and enjoy it every year.
Yes.
It never gets like long in the tooth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever watch it like there's like channels that'll do like the 24
Yeah.
hours?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that I would just enjoy keeping watching
Right.
it,
Yeah.
all in one season, but definitely at least once every year
Yeah, for sure.
we take it in.
Oh yeah. What would you say are your favorite like scenes or lines from the movie?
I love like when he starts daydreaming about what he's going to do with that Red Ryder
Yeah.
BB gun. That's a ton of fun. The iconic flagpole tongue froze to the
Yes.
flagpole scene. It's a great one. It's just got so many great scenes, so many great lines. Just
Mhm.
love it.
Yeah. And so I guess like the last thing would be, it's always good to think about you're picking a favorite Christmas movie, so there's got to be something that makes a Christmas movie a good Christmas movie.
Yeah.
So what is in this movie that you would say like makes for a good Christmas movie? Like you need these elements in it for it to be up there for you.
I think probably this film more than, we have a lot of Christmas movies that we enjoy, but I love how it captures the childhood experience of Christmas, the
Mhm.
magic of Christmas for, like through a kid's eyes.
Yes.
I think that is just magic. I think it's
Yeah.
powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. I think that's all the questions I have, unless you had a final thought about A Christmas Story.
Now, again, I love a Christmas movie that marries some good laughs,
Mhm.
but with some sentiment as
Yes.
well. I think
You got to
that's-
have some heartwarming
yeah,
stuff. And,
for sure.
Yeah.
It's the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, A Christmas Story. We might be hearing that one again in a different episode. We'll see.
It's a lot of people's favorite.
Oh, yeah. But thank you so much.
My joy.
Yeah. Hi, I'm here now with my brother-in-law, Chase Ables. And it's your turn.
Yeah.
We're going to get your favorite Christmas movie. What you got?
So I'm actually not going with a movie. I am going with a episode of the classic Twilight Zone series.
Okay.
I think it's the Christmas episode in the second season. It's called Night of the Meek.
Night of the Meek. Okay.
Yeah, with Art Carney.
Okay, yeah. And I've seen this before, I think, with you, but it's been a long time. So I can't really, remember a ton about it. Fill us in on, the concept.
So concept is there's a mall Santa in a town. He lives in the kind of rundown poor part of town.
Yeah.
He's unemployed most of the year. This is just kind of a gig that he can recurringly get. And he's an alcoholic. We open on him in the bar.
Yes.
Getting drunk before his shift, working as mall Santa.
Of course.
Of course. And he goes to work and kind of stumbles over himself and makes a bit of a scene. And this one particular mother feels very offended by this drunk mall Santa and makes a fuss and gets him fired.
Yeah.
But before that, he gives a very touching speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from there, Twilight Zone magic-y things start happening to him, and he becomes Santa Claus.
Yes. That's the best. When
Yeah.
someone becomes Santa Claus, I feel like that's the best.
It really is.
Yeah. And this must be a really good pick because there happens to be a Thursday night high school football game going on nearby with the drum line going that you can probably hear in the background, and they must really like your pick for your favorite Christmas movie. They're celebrating
really going off
out there. But yeah, do you have any special memories tied to that one?
Nothing really specific. It's just, I don't know. I watched a lot of old classic television like that growing up, like Twilight Zone and Andy Griffith and different things.
Yeah.
And it was an episode that I had seen as a kid and really liked, and then when I grew up, it just kind of became a thing that I watched every year, and I still watch it every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been saying that's a good sign of a good Christmas movie is if you do want to watch it every year. For sure. What would you say is your favorite scene or line or whatever?
Probably.
It's kind of hard with Twilight Zone because you don't want to give too much away.
Sure. It's probably either his big speech right before he gets fired, or towards the end, there's a scene of just him talking to one of his friends kind of after the night's done. It's not Christmas anymore. The magic is kind of settled.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of him just talking, and he has this line where his friend asks him okay, well, you didn't get anything, who's taking care of you this Christmas? And he goes, I can't think of anything else I would want.
Yeah.
After being able to bless everyone in his community. And it's
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess along those same lines, what is it about this movie that you would say makes for a good Christmas movie in general? When you look for a good Christmas movie, you look for these things and you find it in The Night of the Meek.
So this, I don't know, it's different than most Christmas movies.
Sure.
There's a lot of things that I might look for in a Christmas movie that is not in this. It's not, it's not a ton of fun. It's not bright and colorful. It's not overly cheerful, but it's very sincere. And it really speaks to the heart of Christmas as a holiday. And it reminds you that you know, Christmas is a time to think about the less fortunate. Christmas is a time to, you know, express, love. Like, giving is great. Giving things away is great. But it's, if it's not done with love, what's the point?
Yeah, like deeper than just giving. But...
Yeah, deeper than just giving. And, it's a reminder to not just, treat people any old way.
Yeah.
Going through the hustle and bustle of the holiday season and the stressfulness of that time, not to lose sight of the humanity of everyone else.
Yeah.
And to kind of look at the people around you that you would see as kind of the dregs of society and remember that they're human and they probably have things to teach you. They might be better people than you.
Yeah.
And, to love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really great. And I think that is I can think of a few Christmas movies that I really like that kind of have that same thing going on, like Miracle on 34th Street, and even more recently, The Holdovers kind of has that going on. So yeah, no, I think that's really good. But yeah, that's really all we have. So that is the Twilight Zone episode called The Night of the Meek, and it's in, we believe, season 2 of the Twilight Zone.
I believe so. Yeah.
So you can look it up. I think it's on. What is the Twilight Zone on? Is it on Max? Seems like maybe Max or Amazon.
It's on. I think it's on Peacock.
Maybe
it's on whatever. Jordan Peele's new one is on, which I think is Peacock.
Maybe so. Yeah. So yeah,
but
you
it's
can
also,
find it.
Yeah, it's on Amazon's free streaming service.
Okay,
I think it's on Tubi. I think it's on a bunch of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's probably one that a lot of people haven't seen, so that'll be a good suggestion, a good new one to watch this season. So
hopefully,
yeah. Thanks.
Sure. Merry Christmas.
Hey, I am here now with my brother-in-law's girlfriend. It feels like she's family.
Yeah. It's been almost 5 years, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, she's at all of our family stuff. So, but her name is Katy. Yeah, we're gonna get your favorite Christmas movie. So what did you choose?
I picked Home Alone.
Okay.
So, to be honest, when I found out you were doing this, and I was like, oh man, do I even have a favorite Christmas movie? And honestly, I don't think so, but honestly, I feel like Home Alone just works outside of that. It just is a good movie.
Yeah.
I feel like the humor holds up because that was early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, it's got Joe Pesci, and what more could you want?
Yeah.
And who's the mom?
Yeah, the mom is
I want to say Catherine Hahn, but that's not who that is.
No, Catherine O'Hara.
Yes.
Yeah.
What an icon. I mean, Macaulay Culkin's great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
What a trooper.
And you were saying you kind of grew up just watching it year round.
Yeah, when we go on our Easter camping trips, I would watch just Home Alone. I would wear that VCR out.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's cozy and fun, all the hijinks you could want.
Yes.
It's just always a fun time, and it holds up really well.
Yeah. And do you have any specific memories tied to it from childhood or whatever? Or is it just watching it all the time?
Yeah, I remember we had a camper, and we would go to Arkansas a lot. Mm-hmm. And I remember in the back of it there were 2 sets of bunk beds and a little built-in thing for the TV.
Yeah.
Old TV, And I would just sit on the ground just watching on the VHS in April.
Yeah. And do you still watch it every year?
I try to at least once.
Yeah.
I don't...
That's a good sign of a good Christmas movie.
Yeah, I feel like
you do want to watch it every year.
Yeah, and it doesn't get old, because sometimes I'll watch something and I'm like, oh, I just watched that, and I watched it 7 years ago.
Yeah.
But I feel like it really holds up, and it's always a fun time.
Absolutely. What would be a favorite scene or line from the movie that you can recall?
I was thinking about today, it played through my head of him going, Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Yes, when he's digging through his I was like, it's kind of right.
It's not, I hate to say it. Yeah, and just all the physical gags, because normally I'm not big on physical comedy like that, but again, Joe Pesci and
Yeah, I can't think of his name either.
But he's also
Yeah.
fantastic. They're all both great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And what would you say is in Home Alone that just makes for what you like a good Christmas movie in general? Like what you look for in a Christmas movie that you find here in Home Alone?
I guess those like, like fuzzy holiday feelings, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
at the end, everyone comes together.
Mhm.
It's, oh, my family does love me, and my
Yeah.
mom did all this to like get back to me for Christmas, and I got my Christmas wish. And I don't know, it's just,
Yeah.
it's not too sappy, I guess. Because like sometimes I feel like Christmas movies are really like laying it on thick sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I get, Christmas magic, sure, but let's
Yeah.
calm down a little bit.
Yeah, let's laugh a lot and then throw that in as the frosting on top.
Yeah,
at the end.
not everything has to be like a Hallmark movie.
Sure.
But I feel like it has just enough of the, just a little spice, just to
Yes.
keep it fun, keep it light.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm.
And you like the first one more than the second one.
Yeah,
Mm.
I do. I don't know.
I mean, you're wrong, but that's okay. Everybody can have their.
okay.
You didn't know I was gonna put you on blast.
You can't beat the, I don't know, you can't beat the original.
Yeah, it's fair. I can't really argue against it. So
Yeah.
that's just a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, I feel like comparing them, I feel like the old lady in the second one, she still is just sad at the end.
Yeah,
Because at least in the first one, the neighbor, at least he gets to see his son and granddaughter again. Like everyone ends up happy except Buzz.
See, I in my imagination imagined her like finding new friends and stuff. I
Yeah,
guess.
but I don't want to have to. I want to see it though. I need to know that she's okay and not just wandering around with all the birds.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the birds.
I mean, pigeons are cool.
Yeah,
I hear they're like, they used to be domesticated, so
Yeah.
It's like she just has a bunch of cats that
Yeah.
can fly.
yeah. Basically, she's like a cat lady, but pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, well, that's great. So we look for a movie that, so kind of also like heartwarming and resolved. I
Yeah.
guess. Okay, so that's good. Well, unless you have any final thoughts on Home Alone, which is a great pick, I think. I think that's all we got for yours.
I've never seen the third one.
I don't know if I have either. So
It's not with Macaulay Culkin.
It's not. I don't think it exists.
I
really.
remember because I watched, the movie Anastasia, that
Yes.
animated movie. So I played through that a lot also as a kid, and on the VHS, that was one of the previews for
Gotcha.
it. And I remember seeing it and being like,
I'm just gonna
"What
say
alternate
it
universe
doesn't
is
exist.
it?" No, because I don't know.
Yeah, there's just 1 and 2, and that's
I
it.
don't know. More
That's all we
reporting needs to be done before I can make a comment on Home Alone 3.
But that's okay. You don't have to, because for all we know, it doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, that's none
So.
of my business, really.
But Home Alone does, and it's a great pick. So, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed those segments with my wife's side of the family and their favorite Christmas movies. I had a good time myself. But yeah, I hope you join me next week to hear from my side of the family, my mom and dad and sister and brother-in-law, and my nephew's a baby, so maybe not him, but we'll see. But yeah, until next week, I've been Eli Price for my wife's side of the family. You've been listening to The Establishing Shot. We will see you next time.